if you love films, then why not check out the new interactive TV service from BBC Movies? Press red now for star interviews and reviews of the big new releases.
What a shot for the hat-trick here!
Some you win.
Owen! Oh, this is getting better and better and better!
Some you lose.
Oh, no! The torment of losing in a friendly competition to the Germans.
But some games you just can't miss. England take on Germany at Wembley. Live, Wednesday at 7:30 on BBC1 and Radio 5 Live. The language of football on the BBC.
BBC presents coverage of the Reading and Leeds Festival 2007, starting this Friday on BBC 3. For more information, go to bbc.co.uk/Reading and Leeds.
Clarkson and Co. embark on an icy land race from northern Canada to the North Pole in a Top Gear Polar Special, beginning tonight's Sign Zone here on BBC One in a few minutes. First, the weather prospects on BBC One as we head into the new week with John Hammond.
Hello there. Well, we'll catch up on Hurricane Dean in a moment, but let's concentrate on the weather back home first of all. And it's chilly out there. It hasn't been a great weekend, has it? And certainly it'll feel more like September, October out there today, with a cool breeze and a fair amount of cloud. And you can see the cloud on the satellite picture. It's really stalled across the UK, which not much sign of clear sky. That's way out in the Atlantic still. So, cloudy start to the day and a pretty damp one for some eastern counties of England, with more rain arriving across Northern Ireland, a wet end to the night here, that rain pushing into parts of southwest Wales and southwest England by around about dawn. In between, clearer skies, quite cool, 7 degrees in Newcastle. So, chilly old start to Monday and a pretty damp one for Pembrokeshire, some fairly heavy rain here for a time. Damp start too for Northern Ireland, although I'm hopeful that in this part of the world things will at least dry up as we go through the second half of the day. For Scotland, well, a bit of dampness perhaps for Dumfries and Galloway, but otherwise a lot of dry weather. Yes, it will be a chilly start, but if you're lucky you'll see some sunshine at 8 o'clock in the morning for your drive to work, and that'll be the case down through northern England too. Cool but bright. A lot of cloud across the East Midlands, certainly East Anglia in the southeast, that cloud thick enough to give some patchy rain, particularly towards that Norfolk coast. Further west, mostly dry until we run back into that rain across West Devon, Cornwall in particular. Some fairly heavy and persistent rain here. Looks like being a miserable day across this part of the world, because it's really going to rain for much of the day as this area of blue just slides its way southeastward, so it should improve for Northern Ireland. The best of the brightness on either side of these two areas of rain. So through the heart of England, the Midlands, mostly dry, cool, damp, breezy, miserable, and we'll keep some showery outbreaks going right the way through the night here. Elsewhere, a lot of dry weather, the clearest of the skies out west, and here the lowest of the temperatures once more getting down to single figures. Now, what about Dean? There it is, a perfect circular spiral, but if you're underneath it, it's quite ferocious. Damaging winds, category 4 with winds up to 145 miles an hour. Gusts even higher than that, copious amounts of rainfall and huge seas currently battering the south coast of Jamaica. It'll continue its journey westwards through Monday, and then it looks like hitting the Yucatan Peninsula later on in the day into Tuesday as well, by which time it could well be a category 5. We'll keep you updated on that one over the next few hours. For more information, of course, do visit our website. That's it from me. Good night.
He was passionate for football. Every Sunday, Saturday, I'd be anywhere in London in the rain and in the snow. I remember he used to say things like, "You know what, Mum, you're not just my mum, you're my best mate as well." We was watching a documentary and then he goes to me, "So Mum, you know, if anything happened to me, are you saying they could take my heart and they could put it in someone who's sick?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "That's what I want to do, you know." Then he made a joke. He goes, "Could there be a wicked goalkeeper?" I'm just happy that there are people out there who are able to still be with their family because of what Junior's done. But what Junior did was just Junior.
The BBC Proms continues across the BBC and live every night on Radio 3. be moved this summer.
What about your pea and ham soup?
He was born to be wild.
Stick it in the fridge. I'll microwave it later.
Live life in the fast lane.
Cancel it again.
And now, like a bat out of hell, he's sticking it to suburbia.
I was living on the edge. You were living on the edge of Windsor.
Steve Coogan is Tommy Saxondale, putting the rock and roll into pest control.
Carpet people.
The brand new series, Thursday at 9:30 on BBC 2.
Here on BBC One, Chrissy reveals her true feelings for Sam, while Jack and Joseph go head-to-head for the same job. Holby City in the Sign Zone at 1:45. First, an adrenaline high and some low grumbles from Mr. May on BBC One now in a Top Gear Polar Special.